All I want is a good time.
Bitch, please.
Can you imagine that?
Dude, I'm surprised. Hi everyone, welcome to the Tech Room podcast. My name is Audrey Maina. I'll be your host for today. I have movers and shakers. Yes, the great men of this country. Yes, he's very into reshaping the financial industry space for Kenya and beyond. Yeah, his name is Ronald. I'll let him introduce himself.
So hi everyone, my name is Ronald Ngoda. The buddies call me Ronnie, the geeks call me Ron the Dev. I am the plumber behind Pay Hero Kenya, a fintech company that is revolutionizing and simplifying payments for businesses in Kenya and Africa and beyond. Yeah, so I'm very glad to be on this show today.
Okay, welcome. We're glad to have you. Shortly, to someone who has never met or interacted with Pay Hero, what do you guys do?
So Pay Hero, in simple terms, we automate business payments, okay? So if you're looking at the payments landscape as a business owner, so let's assume today you have a business, okay? The first thing you'll think of is get a till number or get a pay bill, okay? That there is just a process to get you paid. Story closed.
Yes.
You go to a hotel, they have a till number, right? You pay them, they have to come write down that code. You see, that payment tool they have is not helping them because they still have manual things to do. Writing down, reconciling manually to their books and following at the end of the day, they have to do the maths to see how much money came in, did they write the right codes? Did someone cheat on the codes and stuff like that? So Pay Hero automates all that for businesses, okay? Because businesses are still doing manual work. They are getting paid right to where they want, to the banks, to the payables and the tills, but still there's no automation there. So that's what Pay Hero does, automating payment processes for businesses. So they don't have to write down things manually. They don't have to sit down at midnight reconciling and doing the math. Just know the payments came in, reconcile to the sales that you did, everything is sorted out. Yeah.
And it applies to even the smallest mwananchi?
Yeah, basically individuals, businesses, anyone who basically getting paid in Kenya.
Okay.
Pay Hero is for you.
Sawa.
Yeah.
So every day we wake up and there's a new fintech startup, not only in Kenya, but Nigeria, South Africa. So what is it that Pay Hero does differently to make it stand out?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, but as I had mentioned earlier, most of these fintechs are mostly just obsessed with getting you paid. The post-payment experience is usually neglected, and it's left. The heavy burden is left on the business owner to figure out all the other donkey work left after payment. Okay, but Pay Hero is there to be the hero of the whole payment ecosystem, from prepayment, during payment, after payment. Okay, automating these things in terms of having the data center for your business. Okay, because you're getting paid to your till, you don't have a data center where you can just go and refer to all the records, in real time as they happen. Because you have to check SMSs, you have to log into different dashboards, you have to go do all these things. Okay, but Pay Hero gives you a unified dashboard. Even if you have a business that is having 5 different branches, you as the business manager or owner, you can be able to track all these payments from these different business branches in a single dashboard. So to put it simple, we are running away from this segregation kind of tech, okay, into a simplified, unified kind of tech where we put everything in one roof for you as a business owner to easily make informed business decisions on your financial patterns and transactions.
Okay. So talking about fintech and the fintech industry in general, what is a common misbelief or belief that people have that you don't agree with?
Fintech is just about payment. Yeah, when you hear fintech, your mind rings pay. Okay, but behind the scenes, there's a lot of things that go beyond the payment. There's the infrastructure, as our CTO had mentioned about the infrastructure. There's the scalability bit of it, because most of these things, many people are just coming up with fintech, startups, left, right, and center. But at the core of it, the infrastructure bit of it, most people don't really figure it out very well. When things breaks, when the pressure mounts and there's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of pressure, a lot of transactions, things break, you don't get some transactions going through, there are refunds need to be done, you don't know about it, So there's a lot of chaos that happens just beyond the fancy get paid scenario on the front end. But behind the scenes, there's a lot of work going in, to ensure that your data is secure. You can access your data anytime, anywhere. You can intelligently interact with your data, without having to do a lot of work in a natural way, because we also had a conversation about AI, also helping businesses have a natural way to interact with their business data and get insights over the bigger picture of how the business is doing. Yeah.
Okay. Would you say this is what startups overlook when they're building a fintech product?
Yeah, overlooking the infrastructure bit of it. Yeah, mostly because I've seen even here in Kenya, many people trying to replicate what you're trying to do, but what they get wrong is the infrastructure bit of it. That's hapo ndo kinawaramba sasa. So they end up just coming back to us using our platform and services, because you cannot copy paste something with its DNA. Okay, you can just copy paste the UI, the aesthetics, but the infrastructure bit, that's where they get it wrong. Yeah.
What would you now advise those people, not the ones who are copycatting, someone who's now has a solution that they want to create, and then what is something that they should make sure they have it right first before they go to market?
Yeah. So the most important thing is the system architecture and thinking about scale, because you're not building a business to be used by 2 or 3 people. Because you want to be very much profitable and scale beyond just this market that we are in. Then your system architecture has to be very robust. Okay.
Yeah.
For our own experience, even as I started out Pay Hero back in the days, I was a solo founder. Okay, before I met this guy here, so I coded everything. I used to use PHP back in the days. PHP is a programming language, of course.
Yeah.
So when I started out, of course, it was easy because there weren't so many people using the platform. Just a few comrades of friends. But the more this thing got traction and people started using it and it got traffic, we got into problems. Okay, the system was slow. It was not responding. People got frustrated. Then this guy came in because he was my friend back in the days. I told him, I don't want to be selfish. You just come. Let's figure out this thing together, okay? Yeah. So he was also doing Golang in another company, which was an SMS company, and he was really good at scalability, okay? And then he came in to help me now build a real business now with scale in mind and having the infrastructure right. Ensuring that your customers, when they experience your platform, it's super fast. And that's what we are now known for right now, and you are allowed for that, the speed at which we process payments and deliver payment notifications to customers. And in general, the customer experience is at its best. So for anyone who's out there who wants to start their not even fintech alone, any other business that handles data and customer experience, your infrastructure needs to be right. Okay, because right now there's a lot of vibe coding going on. People just writing things with AI. AI is good at that. The front end bit of it can do it, but the infrastructure and the back end and the security bit of it, most people won't get it. Okay, you need a real engineers. That's why when you say that your AI will replace engineers, it won't really do that. Not anytime soon.
Speaking of AI replacing engineers, there's a video. Okay, I'm chronically on TikTok. There's a video of people saying how, you're sleeping on these AI tools. Just go on ChatGPT, write this, build me an app that will be a fitness app that will do this, do end to end. And then they're like, this thing you can just finish, put it on Google Play. Is it something that's actually viable? Amani story tunapigiwa za jaba.
It's viable if it's a hobby and if it's you and your friends who are going to use it. That's viable. It can handle that. Yeah, but if you're talking about real users using it, paying customers who are going to use it every day to solve their problems, then there's a challenge. Okay, and those things, those AI companies don't want to tell you that. AI companies right now, they want to make profit. They want to make us everyone, even your grandma codes. They get the $20 every month. That's what they care about. But for you as a real user who's architecting this platform, if you don't think about the infrastructure behind it and the security and the scale, you won't know. You'll be carried away by the hype about you can write a UI is good and impressive, but now the engineering behind it
is
the disaster. Yeah.
Okay. So the hype aside,
Yeah.
is there something good that now, for example, you in your company use AI to make the systems and processes faster? How do you apply AI in the fintech industry?
Yeah. So for us, and even maybe other companies that are adopting AI, is sort of now to make fintech more proactive rather than reactive. Okay, and users can actually, instead of now just manually going to key in things and interacting with the system, querying it, punching in things. Now the system can actually talk to you, or can actually advise you, or can actually tell you things that you couldn't see, or that you couldn't understand or know that are happening. If there's fraud happening, if you are dealing with hundreds or thousands of transactions, if there's fraud happening or if there's any risk involved, the system can actually flag that for you and tell you there's something going wrong here. Okay, or if there's a certain trend, like you are maybe overspending, or you're spending, patterns are not good, and it could lead you into bad books, then the system can actually tell you without you even thinking about it. Okay, so that's a proactive way of how we are utilizing AI, also to help businesses out there to have that easy way of knowing and understanding their business data and patterns.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just still on the topic of AI,
Yeah.
now that companies, of course, are adopting and finding ways on how they can use it for the good,
Yeah.
due to the widespread, are there any risks of adopting it, and how can we mitigate these risks?
Yeah. So now with all this hype, of course there'll be the risks are there as well, because when people let AI be the pilot instead of being the co-pilot.
Yeah.
Okay, they let AI handle everything. Okay, like in the financial industry, like if AI can flag down a transaction without giving any reason why, then it breaches the trust the user has. Okay, I've seen some certain applications where it just flags you down. Someone tries to send you money and it tells the other user, this is a scam or this is a fraud. And the other person doesn't understand, even you, the receiver, you don't understand why that's
it's
happening.
being
Okay,
detained, yeah.
so that's the wrong use of AI, because the trust of the platform, goes down.
Yeah.
So we should have also the human aspect in it as well, to help these AIs make informed decisions, or also just to work side by side by these AI models or agents, in terms of making the right moves or decisions about the business operations. Yeah.
Okay. Moving away from AI, let's talk regulations and policy.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest risk, regulatory risk that the fintech industry is facing right now?
That's a very interesting, question, and actually affects a lot of fintech or even tech founders out there. Okay, because regulation is very slow and is very hectic, or is just cut out for the big players. Okay, if you're just starting out, you find it very hard. I hear many other upcoming, founders or entrepreneurs coming to me asking me, how did you guys figure it out?
Yeah.
And you're also telling me we are all just on this murky road, just trying to, to figure out how to do it, because regulation is moving very slow. The policymakers are not as quick as how the innovation is moving. Okay,
Yeah.
innovation is moving at 5G, and the policymakers are moving at 2G. So there is a very big gap and the gray area where you're innovating responsibly and creating solutions, but you don't know the next morning when you wake up what the policymakers will decide about whatever you are doing or what you're making. Okay, so that's the biggest risk there. So we need sort of collaboration between these policymakers and the innovators to make sure that these policies can move at the same speed to support or accelerate growth in terms of innovation and creating these solutions that are helping businesses instead of slowing it down. Because right now it feels like this regulation is slowing down innovation. Yeah.
Yeah. Still on regulation, as a fintech company, the regulations in Kenya are different from the ones in Uganda and Tanzania. Has that been posed a problem for you if you want to scale to other countries?
Yeah, that is a very, very big challenge, actually, because if you're dealing with one market, for example, Kenya, in Kenya, okay, you have figured out the regulations in Kenya, then you want to go maybe in Ghana or South Africa.
Yeah.
They have their own regulations there. It becomes a challenge. That's why many people don't really go directly. It's not even very easy to go directly on the ground, trying to build that thing from the ground up.
Yeah.
Most people, you use maybe a provider who has already figured out those things. There are providers who have already figured out those battles for you. Now they're doing regulation as a service for you. Now you don't have to figure out regulation and just ride on their platforms to build your applications. Yeah.
So, in your opinion, how can we try and fix this challenge?
I don't think it's as easy as it seems to fix, because every country or every jurisdiction has its own way of doing things. If you go in Nigeria, they have their own way of doing things. That's why M-Pesa couldn't survive in Nigeria, but it survived in Kenya because of the regulation bit of things. Because Nigeria is more sort of tied to banks a lot. All the fintechs are tied to banks. But in Kenya, you see, telco or company can own wallets. Okay, in Nigeria, that's not possible. You have to go through the banks. So that is a big challenge, even affecting the big companies, not even the startups alone. So it's unless there's just a way everyone can have an AGM and agree, let's do this, but which is not possible. It continue being a very big thorn in the flesh for innovators and people building companies in Africa. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. So, moving on, what trend in the industry do you think is not receiving enough attention?
In the industry,
and in the same breath, which one do you think is overhyped?
Okay. So for the one that is not receiving enough attention, or I think it will be embedded finance, whereby right now, if you want to do something, you have to go to M-Pesa, or you have to go to the bank app. You want to pay someone, like it's not like into your workflows that you work with, or the things that you do. Let's say you're on WhatsApp, you're inquiring about something. Someone is selling something, and you're chatting on WhatsApp. Okay, you won't be able to do that, inquire, pay right there on WhatsApp. The other person gets the confirmation, and you finish that transaction there. That's, you have embedded finance into these applications that people use day to day. So that's something that people have not really, or we are not really up to speed with doing that. Now it's just everything is scattered everywhere. You have to go there to check things, you see. So, and even on the systems that businesses use, okay? Because now you see businesses, you can go into a premise, a business, they have a system they're using to process orders and do everything. But when it comes to payments, they have to go to another app of their, to go to your message to check, okay? So that is not embedded into their platforms yet. So the industry is still struggling with, that bit. But I think with time, maybe we will catch up with that. And to go on to the other one, that something that is overhyped, I think is the crypto or Bitcoin payments in retail scenarios, where we think that we can use crypto or Bitcoin in normal crypto transactions. Okay, so we don't have enough user education around these things and the processes and the fees involved into making crypto payments. Okay, for M-Pesa, you just go enter your PIN and the TIN number, complete the payment. It's as easy as that. But for crypto, to really struggle, as much as it's been hyped, it's the most secure or whatever, but users don't know how to do it, or it's complex. The processes involved how to do that, or the merchants accepting the payments also don't know how to accept that. Yeah.
Now that you brought up crypto, every fintech event you attend right now is very crypto centered, and there's the word stable coins being thrown around. So I hear it's being used for cross-border payments.
Yeah.
So does it also fall under your category, overhyped crypto, and it's not really?
Yeah. I think it equally falls in there, because if you go to a day-to-day use case, okay, you as a consumer out there, you hear about stable coins. The only way you can do is just hear about it, but using it, that's where you draw the line. You don't know how to use it, or even if you have it, let's say you have a wallet that has stable coins, you don't have a place where you can use that, okay? Because the merchant acceptability of those things is very low, okay? I think instead of people just now having these conferences or seminars to address the creators and the people on these platforms, we need also to involve the people on the ground, the merchants, okay? We involve them and educate them how they can accept these things, how they can integrate them to their platforms, because they are usually highly neglected. So you find that we are talking to the developers, the business owners, and everybody, but the merchants there are just wondering, okay, hizi vitu mnasema, what are they for? Okay, a customer has it, anakuambia nitakulipa
na stable coins.
Sasa hiyo stable coin unapeleka wapi? Coin unajua ni za change. Sasa stable ni gani tena?
True. It makes sense. I think they're more popular in the West, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, down there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so.
Yeah, we're gonna play a game. So, this game is called alphabetical order storytelling.
Now there's a twist. Alphabetical. The other one was not alphabetical.
Nakumbuka venye alinichomea hiyo siku ingine. It's revenge.
No, us as the people on this podcast, on this set right now, we can decide we're not doing that game and there's nothing you can do. Anyway,
So, what you're going to do is you're going to decide who starts. You're going to start telling a story in alphabetical order. The next person has to pick with the next letter. What are we looking at in this game? We're looking at who's funny and also your speed. Alright, guys. Ready when you're... Oh, you first have to decide who's starting.
I'm starting.
You're starting?
yes.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll start with a simple one. All this news about floods. What do you think?
Brilliant.
Children are dying out here. How is it brilliant?
Death is bad. But I mean, life is good.
Okay.
Okay, so
Imagine ningesema
And
kwanza,
results. Okay, so I'm just Thank you for helping me.
That's frustrating, isn't it?
Ghana also had the same problem. India too.
Jokes on you.
I fold. I swear I don't. I can't find it in our case.
She said I fall.
Yeah,
She said
I.
No, we've already moved. We are on K, bro.
What was the J? Oh, she said India also then.
Jokes on you.
Oh, okay. So the thing of the game is the first one that comes to your
Okay, doesn't have to make
When you
sense.
say bro, like
Sawa.
unakaa venye ameingia na ha ha ha. And then
That
you
was
say,
smart.
"Yes, bro."
That was smart.
Like, the first thing that comes, the way you normally have conversations with people, take it as that.
Me overthink.
Yeah, you're overthinking it. That gives. Don't overthink it.
Hi.
We can now start with you. Same game. Fold. Yeah, same game. No, you start the story.
From A.
From A, yeah.
All I want is a good time.
Bitch, please.
Can you imagine that?
Dude, I'm surprised.
Earth is good.
Food too.
Huh?
Food too.
God. Oh my God, yeah. I know, right?
Jackfruit is nice.
Kenya is a good place.
Learning is a good thing for children.
Money on my mind.
Nothing beats money, I agree.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry. Amesema uya, nimesahau u iko na oh, sorry. Nimeshanga.
Is it all? I mean, all P.
Yeah.
So the P is on you.
Yeah, P's on me. Yeah, P's on me.
Quick recovery.
Recovery, you say?
Still the same.
TV shows are really interesting. You should watch.
Universe, you know, is a very big thing. Yeah.
Vineyards are also very big. If you're talking about big.
Imeisha.
It was a good run. We tried. Never again. I feel like I've been in class and I've learned a lot. even though I work for a fintech company, sometimes it's good to have a conversation with someone
Yeah.
from another company and just understand how it works. So thank you very much for coming. Yes, and till next time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Uh,
Yeah.